This is our 21-foot Crusing Pontoon Boat. This boat accommodates up to 8 people and it's powered by a 60 horsepower Mercury outboard. It has bench seating at the front and a wraparound bench at the back. It's very comfortable for cruising. It does have full coverage, so on really sunny days you can get out of the sun. It does have side curtains as you see here. On rainy days you can stay dry, but these all do come down if you want full sun exposure. All of our boats have entry gates on the port or the left side of the boat. The proper way to board the boat is from the dock through the entry gate on board. All of our pontoon boats do have swim ladders at the stern or the back of the boat. If you wish to swim, it is important that you drop your anchor so you're stationary, shut the motor off, and then drop the swim ladder. We provide all the safety equipment required for your day on the water. Legally, this is an anchor, a safety kit which contains rope, whistle, flashlight, bailer, fire extinguisher, paddles, and PFDs, which are your life jackets for the day. The anchor stows easily underneath one of the front bench seats. Bench seats open up from the back. The rope and the anchor both go underneath. It is important to use your anchor when you're parked or you're stationary, just so the boat doesn't move when you're wanting to swim or just relax. So beside the driver's seat or the helm, you can find the 2 paddles. These are used for rowing, should you have to. You can also find the orange safety kit. The contents of the safety kit are a rope, whistle, flashlight, and bailer. I'm going to lay them all out. The bailer is the orange bucket. The idea is if you're taking on water, you can bail water out. The whistle is to flag somebody down. You can get the attention of other boaters if you're in distress. The flashlight is if you have issues after dark, you can turn the flashlight on and signal somebody on shore or in another boat. The rope has a flotation on it. It is a floating device, so you can throw it to somebody if they're in water and in distress. The fire extinguisher can also be found underneath the front bench seat. Every pontoon boat is required to have a fire extinguisher on board. We always provide you with the appropriate number of fitted life jackets for your day on the water. We will now cover operation of the boat as far as actually driving. To start the boat must be in neutral. The gear shift lever is on the right-hand side of the driver. Neutral is the center position of the gear shift lever. Make sure you're in neutral before you start the motor, and ensure that the motor height is low enough that the motor is actually in the water. Once you're sure that you're in neutral and the motor height is low enough, you can start the motor by turning the key. To adjust the trim or the motor height, it's simply the switch on the throttle. So there's an up and a down button on that switch. It's beneficial to adjust the motor height depending on the depth of the water that you're in. So when you're in cruising in deeper water, you put the motor all the way down. You can hear it bottom out when it's at the bottom. You also have a gauge on your dash that says trim height. The gauge will go down all the way to the bottom when your motor height is all the way down. For shallow water, or when you're approaching areas that you might not know, you would slow down your boat speed and increase your trim height to the 3/4 mark on the trim gauge. It's important that you don't go beyond that mark because your motor will be all the way out of the water and you'll no longer have control of the boat. The accessory switches on the boat are located to the front right-hand side of the driver. We have a horn, we have navigation lights, which are the bow lights and overhead light. These are to be used after dark. We have the accessory lights. These are your dash lights and your floor lighting in the boat so that you can see what you're doing after dark. We also have a radio switch which turns your radio on. We have a depth finder and GPS. Your depth finder is on the right-hand side. This crisp yellow line shows you the current depth as well as it shows you the depth in digital numbers. We are at 2.1 feet here at the dock. The left-hand side of your GPS is the map. The map shows you the depths that you will encounter moving forward. Basically a topographic map that shows you where you are on the lake by this black arrow icon here. So this is important to see what's in advance, and this is important to show you what's below you right now.